Hello, crewmates and imposters. Today we're settling a debate. Vanilla Among Us roles versus their modded counterparts. The official roles from Inner Sloth are great and feel like a breath of fresh air, but the modding community has spent years cooking up some absolutely wild and overpowered roles. We're comparing 7 core roles head-to-head. For each one, we'll break down the vanilla version, then its modded rival, and award a point to whichever version is simply better and more powerful. We'll keep a running tally, and by the end, we'll crown a champion. Stick around, because some of these might just shock you. We're starting with the imposters. Let's begin with the newest role in Among Us, the Viper. The Viper is an imposter with an acid ability. When they make a kill, the body starts decaying, and after a short while, it completely disappears. This is powerful if used correctly to kill in low traffic areas like navigation, communications, or the top of cafeteria. The body might never be found before it decays. However, there's an obvious tell. If anyone finds a half-decayed body, it becomes very clear there's a Viper in play, and people might start moving together or checking low traffic areas more frequently. Now, let's talk about the modded role that challenges the Viper. The Cleaner. The Cleaner is an imposter role with one simple ability. They can instantly clean a dead body from the game. Just poof, gone. No reporting it, just like a Viper's final result. However, this isn't an ability that can be used freely. The Cleaner's body removal ability shares the same cooldown as their kill ability, which means if they clean, they can't immediately kill, and vice versa. This makes them extremely powerful in a duo imposter game, but if they're solo, they have the same limitations as a Viper and must kill in low traffic areas, then return to clean the body. While the Cleaner has a slight advantage because there isn't an obvious decaying tell, having bodies not show up in meetings is a tell in itself that a Cleaner could be at play. If both roles need the same amount of time for a body to disappear and have similar cooldown restrictions, this round is a tie. Now for the ultimate tool for deception and framing your friends. From the vanilla game, we have the Shapeshifter. This imposter role allows you to temporarily take on the appearance of any other player in the lobby. The uses are brilliant. You can pretend to be someone else and be seen on the other side of the map. You can shift into someone and commit a kill right in front of another crewmate. But, and this is a huge but, the Shapeshifter has a major weakness. The transformation itself has a distinct, creepy animation and a sound effect that nearby players can hear. If you get caught mid-transformation, well, GG's. Now, let's look at the modding community's answer. The Morphling. The Morphling works on a similar principle. You sample a player, then morph into their form. The key difference: the Shapeshifter can transform into anyone they wish by simply selecting them from a panel, but the Morphling can only turn into someone they've sampled, restricting your options. However, the trade-off is not having to sit in a bubble to transform. You just instantly change, making it much harder to get caught. The vanilla Shapeshifter is high risk, high reward. But for us, the ability to freely change into whoever we want outweighs the risk. We'd rather have flexibility over safety. The point goes to Vanilla Among Us. Round 3. A clash between a ghostly killer and a silent assassin. From Vanilla, we have the Phantom. The Phantom is an imposter with the ability to turn completely invisible for a short period of time. It sounds really good on paper, but it has some significant drawbacks. First is the wind-up to turn invisible. Smoke puffs out of you and your color before you vanish. So if someone walks in at any point during that animation, it's GG's. There's also the fact that you can't kill while you're invisible. So this ability can only be used to flee from the scene of a crime. Now, enter the modded Ninja. This is basically the Phantom, but on steroids. The Ninja can also turn invisible. However, when they do this, there's no tell. They just vanish. They also get an incredible speed boost. And yes, you guessed it, they can kill while invisible. So the invisibility isn't a hit-and-run mechanic like the Phantom. It's an I win button. The only way to balance this is to give the ninja a very heavy vanish cooldown, because they're easily one of the most powerful modded imposters. We all know what the verdict is here. The point goes to mods. All right, now let's talk about the crewmate roles, starting with a straight-up mirror match. The engineer is a role that exists in both vanilla and mods with the same core identity. In vanilla, the engineer has the ability to hop into vents to spy on people and stay out of danger. However, the vent ability is on a cooldown, and you can only stay in the vents for a few seconds. The modded engineer has two key differences. First, they can fix critical sabotages like reactor meltdown or oxygen failure from anywhere on the map. This is incredibly powerful for countering imposters who sabotage to isolate kills or force a win during endgame. Second, they can hide in vents indefinitely, just like imposters, allowing them to move around stealthily or avoid a killer. Yes, this sounds good, but there are drawbacks. Imposters and a deadly killing neutral called a jackal. See a highlight when a modded engineer is in a vent anywhere on the map. If they happen to catch you in a vent, they can pull you out and instantly kill you. So maybe think twice before camping in a vent all game. Both engineers are solid, each with their own drawbacks. However, I'm more inclined to give the point to the modded engineer solely because of the ability to fix sabotages remotely. The point goes to mods. Now let's talk about our newest crewmate role, the detective. The vanilla detective has notes and interrogate abilities. The notes feature gives you the chance to document relevant information about killings, letting you mark down where the body was found and other vital information. Then, you can interrogate other players to see where they were when that body was reported. This is a very fun role to play, and it really nails that detective element perfectly. The modded alternative is a bit more simplistic. Your first ability right off the bat is the ability to see footprints of every single player, so you can track people and know where they're coming from. The second ability is a find ability. Whenever you find a dead body, you can use your ability on it, which shows an arrow clearly indicating how the killer is moving. This lasts for about 10 seconds. While the modded detective can be useful, I personally prefer the vanilla Among Us detective because it really leans into the detective gimmick. The point goes to vanilla Among Us. Round 6 is about another intelligence gathering role. We have the tracker in both versions, but the devil is in the details. The vanilla tracker is a crewmate role that allows you to place a tracking beacon on one player. You can then see their real-time location on your map for a short period, or until they die. This gives you a single, valuable piece of information. Where was Red when the body was found? It's very useful, and if paired with something like a detective, it can really become an imposter's nightmare. Now, the modded tracker has some advantages. The tracking beacon lasts an entire round. However, tracked players don't show up on your map. Instead, you have a blue arrow pointing to them with a significant delay. The modded tracker also comes with a proximity bar that moves from blue to yellow to red, depending on how close your tracked target is to you. While not incredibly useful, it's a nice touch. But the ability that really sets the tracker apart from its vanilla counterpart is the corpse tracker. When turned on, a tracker gets a purple arrow pointing to all deaths in the game. Whether the body has been cleaned, relocated, or whatever, the tracker will get an arrow pointing to where all deaths happen for a short amount of time. Normally, I would have given the point to the vanilla tracker, but the corpse tracker ability is simply too valuable to ignore. The point goes to mods. And now, our final role, the Noisemaker. The vanilla Noisemaker has a simple concept. When you're killed, you give out an alarm and a very clear signal. But how is the modded Noisemaker any different? The modded Noisemaker doesn't give off an alarm when killed. Instead, they can place the Noisemaker status on other players. They can only do this once per round. They approach a player and add the Noisemaker status to them, without that player knowing. Now, when that player is killed, they give off the alarm and sound a typical Noisemaker would make. This is more flexible because instead of using yourself as bait and having to die to hopefully corner the imposter. You can put the Noisemaker status on important players you know might be in danger that round. This helps you gather vital information if that player ends up being killed. This is another really close one. The point goes to mods. And there you have it. The final score is Vanilla Among Us. 3, mods, 5. While the vanilla roles from Inner Sloth are fantastic for a balanced and accessible experience, the modded roles are either too broken or just have something incredibly niche that gives them the edge over their vanilla counterparts. Are there any roles you disagree with? Let us know in the comments. And if you wanted to add a different role entirely to Vanilla Among Us, what would that role be and why? If you enjoyed this showdown, please show your support by hitting that like button and subscribing for more deep dives into your favorite games. It really helps the channel out. Thanks for watching, and as always, see you in the next one.